Hello Pisces and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those. I have the overall energy for the reading already pulled and the tarot deck already shuffled that we'll be diving into, as well as the decks I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Our focus for this reading is answering the question, what is Pisces' biggest blockage to their abundance right now? So let's jump in. In your recent past, you have prosperity lies ahead with the Fool in reverse. This is a lot about kicking that belief that your happiness and prosperity is always ahead of you. Because if you always think that way, you will always be manifesting it as it being one day ahead of you. So I feel like this is about learning to attract an abundance mindset today. Now, I do feel like there are other blockages that are kind of keeping you from this, because I feel like it's hard to look at your life, right? When you're not living the life of your dreams, it's hard to look at it and say, I have everything I want and need, especially when you feel the lack, right? But feeling grateful for everything you currently have in your current surroundings is what creates more things to be grateful for. Now, in your recent past in particular, I feel like you were dealing with a lot of things going like not your way. And it almost feels like you were holding on to the hope of like, okay, one day things are going to get better. One day things are going to get better. One day things are going to get better. And it seems like that's never coming. And so this reading is about learning how to help you bring your abundance into your current energy instead of always having it one day away. Because your current energy is show the world the real you with the Knight of Swords in reverse. I feel like there's a part of you that isn't being fully like you, like maybe you hide parts of yourself to fit in, or you feel like you are in the wrong whenever you're being authentic and speaking your truth. And I feel like there's this level of needing to be very open with the world around you. You know, the more that you start to open up to your authenticity and then you start to be like 100% yourself, yes, certain people do fall off and you kind of start to lose some things, but then you open the door to attract the things that are really truly meant for you. Because then in your immediate future, you have what do you need to release with the Ten of Swords in reverse. So there are things that you're investing in that don't align with your soul. Friends, relationships, careers, just things around you that don't fully resonate with your soul. And you know this. You know that you don't feel that passion and that peace with whatever it is that this is talking about. And so this whole reading is basically trying to say you're wanting prosperity. You need to find that authenticity within you so that you can bring it towards you, and then release what doesn't serve you so that you can open the door for it. Your overall energy for the reading is, am I apologizing for my truth? Are you apologizing for the part of you that wants more for yourself? Are you apologizing for the part of you that knows that you deserve more? You know, what part of you are you feeling guilty for? You know, what part of you do you feel doesn't deserve good things? That's ultimately, I feel like, where your biggest blockage lies. But let's start, Pisces, by looking at your recent past. This is recent past for Pisces, clarifying prosperity lies ahead with the Fool in reverse. This is recent past for Pisces, clarifying prosperity lies ahead with the Fool in reverse. Recent past for Pisces, the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Swords. You've been very frustrated. I feel like you've almost gotten to the point where you may very well have built up some resentment for your circumstances, because they just don't align with what makes you feel the best. Like they don't align with like you feeling like you're living the life of the best version of yourself, the most abundant, happiest version of yourself. And I feel like there's almost like this breakthrough that's needed in a mental capacity that can allow you a little bit more clarity on the right direction for you. Because it's not like you're actively choosing to feel this way about your life. And I ultimately feel like you don't know which way to go. And that's ultimately because there's this lack of being totally like real with yourself or real with your surroundings. Like I feel like you're trying to fit into your environment instead of create the one that you want. which is so common, and that's what we're told we're supposed to do, right? But you don't have to do that, because that's never going to make you happy. Trying to fit into someone else's world or someone else's version of who you should be is never going to make you happy. It's learning, who you really are, what you really want, and then, realizing that now that you know those things, you can go out and create those. That's where the happiness lies. And I feel like you've been trying to fit into a life that doesn't align with your soul. Recent past for Pisces. And so it's almost like you've been like building up this anger for your circumstances. The King of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. And the High Priestess and the Ten of Cups. Holy hell. Okay. Give me just a second. You're waiting for your circumstances to change to make you feel this fulfillment. You're waiting for your circumstances to lead you to your fulfillment instead of finding it within and letting it reflect on the outside. The concept, the saying is, as above, so below, as within, so without. We create our fulfillment, we create our circumstances within us first, and then they get reflected in our external environment. Your circumstances are never going to bring you the happiness that you're looking for. You have to find that within. Now, the only way to do that is to align with your most authentic self. And I feel like there's this part of you that's like, you're so worried about making everyone around you happy that you haven't taken the time to say, what makes Pisces happy? What does Pisces want? Because I feel like, it's like, oh, great. Like, you can create the life you want, the life you deserve. But then it's like, I'm actually take this one because that explains it more. But then like the follow-up question is like, but what do I want? Like, I feel like you don't even know what you want because you haven't taken the time to really, truly even think about that. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of like, what can't, like, what is like, what seems possible, or what, is, what do other people want from me, and how do I follow that path? There isn't this like, okay, if I get to live the life of my dreams that makes me ultimately happy, like, what is that? And trying to find it in that way. Let's get more for Pisces reset past. And you've been dealing with this for so long, Pisces. And it's like, yeah, there's a Chariot in reverse with the Queen of Swords. It feels like you're waiting for things to change, and you're waiting for things to get better, and it's like, I feel like your whole life your happiness has always existed in your future. You're like, when I get here, then I'll be happy. When I accomplish this goal, then I'll be happy. When I marry this person, or when I achieve this accomplishment, then I'll be happy. And that keeps your happiness always in your future, and so you're constantly striving for that next thing to make you feel happy. And in reality, it's never going to come. And so it's not that your happiness is never going to come. I just mean, with that specific mindset, it's never going to happen that way. You have to change the way you view happiness in a way. But let me get more on that. Let's look at Pisces' current circumstances, because you have show the world the real you with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Show the world the real you with the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is for Pisces' current. Oh my goodness. Okay. Stubborn energy, Pisces. Pisces current energy here. Wow. Okay. 1 second. Wow. I'm getting frustrated at this card. This is a very frustrating energy. Current energy for Pisces. There we go. One more. Current energy for Pisces, please. So you're definitely frustrated with your circumstances. All right. Current energy for Pisces. Show the world the real you with the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's that Fool in reverse. So here's the thing. It's the same Fool in reverse is right there. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. It's like you keep waiting for the day that you finally start to receive the energy that you've been giving out. Because I feel like you give out so much energy to your career, to the people around you, to, like I said, your relationships, to everything. And it just feels like you do not receive back what it is you give. Now, at the same time, I feel like you feel like that's how life is supposed to go, that you're always supposed to overgive, that you're always supposed to, you know, be more than what you receive. And I feel like that's keeping you from receiving. Because there's this like you've been holding in a lot of like what you're frustrated about and like people that you feel that you need to set boundaries with, and it feels like you've been keeping it to yourself instead of just like doing it, like setting the boundaries you need to set, you know, making the changes that you need to make. Like there's a lot of like waiting for changes to happen instead of going out and making them, showing the world the real you. Current energy for Pisces, and being unapologetically yourself and making changes that align with you in an unapologetic way. There are signs that are telling you you need to move on from something in your past. Something in your past. It's like you both think that if you went back to how things were in your past, you'd be happier than you were then too. You're either wishing things were different. It's like you're either living in the future or the past. There's no living in the present. That's where the problem lies. Because it's like, just because if things, like if your circumstances were like they once were, you're not going to be any happier than you were then. But also, there's this need to see that your circumstances don't create your happiness. And I know I already said that, but happiness exists in this present moment. And it exists when you learn that you are in control of creating the life of your dreams. And it feels like you're like, yeah, there's like this like waiting for the life you want to just appear instead of going out and getting it. And I feel like that's where this is like, you're apologizing for your truth. Like maybe you don't feel deserving of the life you want. Maybe the life that you want feels silly. Maybe it feels unrealistic, or whatever the case is. Those are all society, you know, and other people's beliefs and expectations being placed on you. What is possible in your reality is going to be what you believe about your reality. And so take a dive into that instead of trying to like I don't know, like stop like waiting on the world to change. Like start making the changes that you need. Current energy here for Pisces. You've experienced a lot of loss. And that loss, it almost makes you feel hopeless about anything positive ever being able to happen. Because you expect loss, you expect pain, you expect suffering, you expect it's like you've internalized this lack mindset. Now you've internalized it because it's what you've experienced. So I don't blame you for that. But that's the issue. That's your blockage. Your blockage is what you expect to happen because of some specific situation, some specific heartbreak that has taken place in your life is keeping you living in the past or the future. Because now you have this like lack, like this almost like hopelessness for what's to come for you. It's keeping you from the opportunities that you're ultimately trying to manifest here. Okay, immediate future for Pisces. You have, what do you need to release with this Ten of Swords in reverse? I feel like what you need to release is like the pain that you've been through, like the suffering, the expectation of heartbreak. Immediate future for Pisces. This is for Pisces' immediate future. Pay attention to where you direct your focus. Because you direct your focus. Okay, hang on. You're focused too much on your control, like what you need to do, or the like. How do I put that into words? Let me see if I can get more insight into how I can put that into words. How can I put this energy into words? Okay, so there's the Knight of Swords in reverse with the World in reverse. Okay, you've been making decisions that make you feel more in control of your life. Because letting go of control, first and foremost, letting go of control does not mean that we give up on the things that we want. It doesn't mean we give up on our dreams. It doesn't mean we give up on anything. It means that we give it to the universe. We give it to the universe so that the universe can take it and create it for us. It's a co-creation process. Now, your focus has been so much on how you can remain in control instead of how you can have more faith. And your lack of faith is what is keeping you from experiencing the life that you're ultimately wanting. You need to slow down, Pisces. You need to stop trying to make decisions and start trying to face those beliefs about yourself and about your future and about the universe and all of those aspects that keep you stuck in believing that you deserve bare minimum. Because your beliefs are the problem. It's not your, it's like your mindset is the problem. Your outlook is the problem. It's not that you're doing the wrong thing. It's that you're expecting the wrong things. It all starts within. Immediate future for Pisces. Immediate future for Pisces. It's like you're too worried about what could go wrong if you were to take a chance on yourself instead of all of the things that could go right. And that focus, it keeps you, it's almost like you've been taken for granted so much here. I'm getting mad for you. You've been taken for granted so much. But then here's the hard truth, Pisces, you don't do anything about it. You don't set the boundary. You don't walk away. You don't change what you do. You wait for situations to change. If you're being taken for granted, it's, well, I'm waiting for this person to finally treat me the way that I deserve. I'm waiting for this career to finally treat me like I deserve, instead of saying, you know what, I don't deserve this. I'm setting the boundary. I'm walking away. And it's almost like you feel guilty for doing that. That's why this am I apologizing for your truth? Or are you apologizing for feeling guilty, for feeling taken advantage of, or like you need to make changes in your life? Are you taking on the responsibility of other people? Are you taking on other people's emotional stress? Why aren't you putting yourself first? These are the things that you're needing to be very honest with yourself about. Immediate future for Pisces. Because it feels like you keep like getting betrayed by your circumstances, because the universe is reflecting back at you this self-betrayal. This betrayal of not putting yourself first. Immediate future for Pisces. Releasing yourself from these limiting beliefs is what is going to create positive changes. Literally. Releasing yourself from limiting beliefs, positive changes. When you can dive into these beliefs you have about yourself and figure out where they stem from and why you have them and why you're not standing up for yourself more, that's going to be where you like almost find the freedom that you're looking for. Or else you're going to continue to attract people that are manifesting back at you, people in situations that are showing you this feeling like almost like, yeah, like being taken for granted. All right, I am going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify these messages, dive into the advice, and then I have an actual advice card to pull at the end. Thank you so much, Pisces, as always, for the support of my channel. It means the absolute world to me. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye-bye, Pisces.